Right, you can start by introducing yourself.
Hello everyone. My name is Javira Marigoreti. I'm a teacher of math and physics at Gaza High School. About June, I joined a help program. The brain behind is Mr. Dungu. I happened to join a platform, holistic platform. I don't quite remember how I joined it, but after about a month, they put in an internal advert, and specifically they wanted people who could develop content. And I remember quite well the words that were in there. They said, after mentioning the what they needed, they put a caption, like a note or a disclaimer. Opportunities come dressed up in overalls. I've known Mr. Dungu for some time, and once he makes that statement, I know I know that there are really quite opportunities there. So I took it up. I applied. I think after about a week, he created another platform, Holistic Educators. We started off about, I think we were about 13, and basically he started with math and physics. So we developed our content. I think it took us 2 weeks. We developed our content. But whoever knows Mr. Dungu knows that he usually has a lot of ideas. So before we completed the content, the production of the content, he came up with another idea. Now supposing we have some online teaching. We said, well, it is okay. Now, all along, he also had someone who kept training us, PowerPoint presentation, how to develop the online content, and etc. So he took us through the PowerPoint, how to annotate, how to bring transitions, and we were ready. But I remember when we started, we could have 10 students, 12 students, and my colleagues and I kept telling him, but Mr. Dungu, we are doing this lesson, but we have only 10 students. But he's always optimistic. Don't mind about the students. They'll come. Before you know it, they'll come. And indeed, they came. So when more students came, he brought on more subjects, because we started only math, physics. Before we knew it, chemistry, biology was there. Before we knew it, all subjects were catered for. And that's it. So, okay, now the online lessons were there. Then what next? So that's when the idea of the virtual farm camp came about. He tabled it and he said, but don't you think we can do a virtual one? And okay, some of us were a little pessimistic, but we said, yes, why not? So that's how it came about. We sat. We would meet, I think, every Friday from about 7 to 9:30 to brainstorm. He kind of used the prior program that he had been using, because this is the 7th annual farm camp. So we edited to see how we could make it virtual but also interesting. And voila, there it came. Now before that, he mentioned, he's so passionate about agriculture. That one, I'm quite sure whoever knows him knows that. So he kept encouraging us, can't you bring something in agriculture and connect it to math or physics or history? And it wasn't easy for many of us, but I must say right now the people at HELP can connect anything, not only agriculture, but real life experiences, so that the students appreciate the math, because from experience there are topics you introduce in class and you hear someone behind there, which is normal. But now why are we studying this? The students don't seem to see the connection between what we teach in class and what they go through. So I think he really mentored us towards that direction. Though, since we wanted it as a farm camp, it was more geared to agriculture, link agriculture to your subject. And a month prior to the farm camp, he came up with a My Garden Challenge. He's always boiling with ideas. My Garden Challenge, and what were we supposed to do? encourage the students to showcase either the family project or their own projects, or start one, because some kept saying we don't have a garden. Said, okay, you plant in a tin, and it caught fire. Before you knew it, the students would post our WhatsApp groups were full of images and videos from students. Then, before we knew it, we thought, why don't we have a blog for help? We are always moving from one to the other. So they set up a blog, and the students were taken through on how to blog. Even us, the teachers, by the way, we were encouraged to take our little, maybe the matoke garden, or whatever we had, and quite a number did that. So the whole month of October was dubbed My Garden. And every time we would go to the lesson, that is what we would start with. Before I forget, he also mentioned about taking the students to America virtually, and that one also caught fire. So that's, when are we going to America? When are we going to America? I remember in one of the lessons that I kept mentioning the My Garden, and I didn't tag the America one. And the student asked me, but teacher, when you started the My Garden campaign, you talked of taking us to America, but now you're no longer saying it. So I knew, okay. We kept encouraging them, and it came. And we went to America virtually for 3 days from, I think it was 27th to 29th of October. Okay, so the farm camp came, and we've had it from 1st to 5th of November. The highlights I could bring out are the debate. Maybe before that, I need to mention that every Saturday we have either a seminar in 2-3 subjects, or a debate, and the students have really picked. So when it came to the farm camp, we thought the debate would be a very good curtain raiser, and indeed it was. Much as the presenters may not have been so good at it, but it became a national issue, and I think the stakeholders are appreciating. Then we had those virtual visits. Actually, to me, I think this one is a little better than the physical one, because in the physical one, you would be divided into groups and you would go to one specific farm. But this one, we've been taken to Bushenyi, we've been taken to Biwoma, we've seen fish farming, we've seen piggery, we've seen all the farms. And some of those farmers have managed to come and answer questions. They would be on call. The other highlights, maybe we got some, actually we also made some demo lessons, because we felt whoever was logging in should see how we are teaching at help. Like I mentioned, we integrate. Being a farm camp, we were all tasked to integrate the agriculture into our lessons. And I must tell you, history, when we were starting, the teacher was scared. But from the people who were viewing, felt history actually came out almost the best. Yes. So apart from that, we got some sponsors whom we are grateful to. We got ENSO, we got Renew, they boosted our network. And I must say that the students have been glued to the farm camp. Like I've always said, Mr. Dungu is always boiling with ideas. Before we knew it, the early bird came. From 6, we would log in, and the students would share their garden. Some would be in their maize gardens, others would be feeding their chicken. And that one has also now become part of a daily routine, the early bird farmer. What else can I say? The farm camp has been mind-blowing for all of us. As an individual, I think it has really changed the way I teach. I've always tried to relate, but I must say help has mentored me. I would feel guilty moving forward. I think I would feel guilty not linking whatever I'm teaching to something in the environment. I mean, daily life, even if it is not agriculture, at least that is, I feel that is when the students understand the concepts better. They don't need to cram, but they can see, I'm learning this, I'm applying it here. So moving forward, like I've mentioned, I think I would feel guilty if I did not, if I don't link my content to whatever is happening around us. And the good thing, we are quite a number from Gaza High School, but there are also our colleagues, a good number of colleagues that have not experienced this. So I think I'm ready to share with my department to show them the new way of doing things. It is not easy usually, but I know at least if I don't convince all of them, as long as I convince 2 or more, I think I would have achieved. And slowly by slowly we shall get there. So if there are teachers out there watching this, try always to connect your content to whatever is going around us, so that the students understand and simply don't cram. Thank you very much. Help, much as the online lessons are soon ending, I think help will still continue with the seminars. We are actually thinking of having help clubs in schools for continuity and sustainability. So look out for help. Before you know it, it will be in your sitting room. Thank you very much.